In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Wow. That opening line, it's just so resonant, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It's one of the most famous lines ever written, I'd say. And it kicks off so much discussion, even controversy sometimes.
Exactly. And that's what we're really digging into today, Genesis chapter 1.
Right, the very start of the Bible, a foundational text for millions, and, well, a point of fascination for many others, too.
Definitely. But we want to go beyond just, retelling the story.
Hmm.
We're aiming to explore what this chapter suggests about the creator figure, the purpose behind it all, and how it kind of sets the scene for the whole biblical narrative that follows.
Yeah, so whether you know it backwards or you're coming to it fresh, maybe even a bit skeptical,
Right.
we think there's something really valuable here to unpack.
Our mission then for this deep dive,
Hmm.
get past that surface reading, find the core insights.
Precisely, extracting the big ideas from Genesis 1.
Okay, let's jump right in then. That opening. In the beginning, God created. It feels so grand, almost mythic in scale.
It does, and what's striking is how, well, declarative it is. There's no backstory for God, no explanation, just creation.
It states it.
Yeah, and while we often read it like, okay, day 1, day 2, sequence of events, it's helpful to see the literary artistry, too.
Artistry. How so?
Well, many scholars point out its structure. It reads almost like maybe a cosmic poem, or like you dedicate a temple. It's got rhythm.
Ah, okay. Like the repetition.
Yeah.
And God said, and it was so. And God saw that it was good.
Exactly that. That rhythm, it's not just for style. It emphasizes the power of God's speech, the inherent goodness of what's being made. It shifts the focus.
From just facts to, like, theological meaning. God bringing order.
That's a great way to put it. Order out of. Well, we'll get to that. But first, this wasn't written in a vacuum, right?
No, definitely not. There were other stories around at the time.
Oh, absolutely. Understanding the ancient Near Eastern context is, well, it's crucial. Think about Babylon, Egypt. They had their own creation myths.
Like the Enuma Elish from Babylon? Heard of that one?
Right. And in stories like that, creation often comes from, like, violence. Gods fighting chaos. Sometimes creation is almost an accident.
So how does Genesis 1 compare? Sounds pretty different.
Radically different. That's the point. Instead of warring gods and accidental outcomes, Genesis presents one single God. Calm, intentional.
Speaking things into existence.
Just speaking. No battle, no struggle. It's a deliberate, sovereign act. It's actually redefining creation itself.
Redefining it as purposeful, ordered.
Purposeful, ordered, and stemming from a generous creator, not from conflict or cosmic oopsies, a very different picture of how things began.
Let's talk about that order then, the 6 days, then the 7th day of rest.
Yeah.
It was very deliberate, very structured.
It absolutely is. That 6-day framework, it's not random. There's this beautiful symmetry to it.
Symmetry between the days.
Yeah, look closely. Days 1, 2, and 3 are about forming spaces, creating the realms. Then days 4, 5, and 6 are about filling those exact realms.
Oh, interesting. Can you map that out?
Sure. Day 1, God separates light and darkness. Okay. Then, day 4, God fills that realm with the sun, moon, stars, the light bearers.
Ah, I see. Forming, then filling. What about day 2?
Day 2 separates the waters, creating the sky and the seas. Day 5 fills them with birds and fish.
Okay, makes sense. And day 3 must be?
Land and plants emerge. And day 6 fills the land with animals and, crucially, with humans.
Wow. That pairing is really neat. It's clearly not accidental.
Not at all. It's classic Hebrew literary style, using structure to convey meaning. It shows this clear progression, doesn't it, from formless and empty.
Right, you mentioned formless and void earlier, tohu vabohu. And
Exactly, tohu vabohu. It paints a picture of wildness, emptiness, chaos, unordered potential, maybe.
And God steps into that chaos.
And speaks. That's the method. God's word brings structure. Light appears, boundaries are set, water, land, sky, order emerges.
So the act of creation itself tells us something about God's nature.
Immensely so. It's not just about making stuff. It reveals God's character.
Unlike those other gods associated with war or instability.
Right. The God here is presented as orderly, creative, generous, and notice the repeated refrain after each step.
And God saw that it was good.
Yes, it underscores the inherent value, the rightness of the created order. It's a theme you see throughout the Bible, actually God bringing life and order out of non-life, out of chaos.
Which brings us neatly to day 6 and humanity. Let us make humans in our image. That phrase, image of God, feels incredibly significant.
Oh, it's huge, especially in that ancient context.
How so? What did image mean back then?
Well, often kings or pharaohs were considered the image of their god on earth. They represented the deity's authority.
Okay, so a royal concept.
Exactly. But what Genesis does is revolutionary. It says all humans, male and female, are made in God's image, not just the king, everyone.
Oh, that
Oh.
completely changes things. It's democratic almost.
It's profoundly egalitarian. It implies every single person has inherent worth, dignity, reflects something of God, regardless of status, gender, anything. We're all co-rulers in a sense.
Co-rulers,
Mhm.
reflecting God's character. What's our job description then as image bearers?
The text suggests stewarding creation, caring for it, cultivating life, making the world flourish, being visible signs of the invisible God,
Right.
representing God's good rule on earth.
Okay, and then after all that creating, day 7, God rests. Why does God need to rest? That part can seem puzzling.
Yeah, it's not about being tired, like we get tired. An all-powerful being doesn't run out of energy.
Right.
The rest signifies completion. It's like God is taking up residence in his now perfected creation, like a king entering his finished temple or palace. The work is done, it's good, now it's time to inhabit it, to enjoy it.
Ah, so it's less about stopping work and more about dwelling,
Yeah.
establishing a relationship with the creation.
Exactly. The Sabbath is rich with meaning, it establishes a rhythm, and it becomes this invitation for humanity too, doesn't it?
An invitation to...
To stop, to rest.
Yeah.
To trust that God's order is good, that we don't have to be in constant chaotic motion, to participate in God's own rhythm of work and rest.
Stepping out of chaos into God's time.
Beautifully put. So, when you step back, Genesis 1 isn't trying to be a science textbook. You wouldn't go to it for, particle physics.
No, clearly not. So what is its main point then? What are we supposed to take away?
Think of it like a cosmic manifesto, a foundational statement about reality.
Okay, and its core declarations are?
That the world is fundamentally good, that life isn't an accident, it has meaning and purpose, and that the creator behind it all is both immensely powerful and deeply invested, personal almost. Good.
It sets a profound baseline for everything that comes after.
Absolutely. It's just the beginning, the first notes of a much larger symphony. It lays the groundwork for the whole story.
This has been fascinating, really unpacking the layers here. Thanks for walking us through that. It gives so much more depth than just reading the words on the page.
My pleasure. It's a text that genuinely keeps on giving the more you engage with it. And hey, if you listening found this helpful,
Yeah, definitely let us know. Maybe leave a review or share this deep dive with someone else you think might appreciate it.
please do.
And you'll definitely want to join us next time. We're moving right into Genesis chapter 2, the garden story.
Oh, yes. If you thought this was interesting, Chapter 2 adds whole new dimensions. It gets even more personal, more
I
focused.
look forward to it. So, until then, keep exploring, keep asking questions.
And always remember, the story is almost certainly bigger, richer, and more complex than you think.